Excellent. Dave Brown right along ringside, all ready to go with the big day of championship wrestling. And boy, I'll tell you, we got a hearty few here. Dave, for those of you around the circuit that do not know, and there's not too many people, is the #1 weatherman in the entire Mid-South. And boy, I'll tell you, I'm not blaming you for this because I know how many people do on it, but we got ice out there on the streets, and I don't think we're by ourselves.
It's true. A lot of the territory ended up sometime this week with a little coating of ice followed by a little bit of snow there, so travel has been kind of hazardous, and we're glad these folks here
we appreciate your attendance,
We got a great show for you and also for you coming up here today. Max Payne is going to be in, teamed with gorgeous Gary Young, and that's just in the opening match today.
Let me insert right here and now that the big news of the day and the big announcement is the fact that we have a new CWA heavyweight champion. Max Payne defeated Jerry Lawler for the title, and the Painkiller is now the CWA heavyweight title.
And he'll be here as part of a tag team. Also, the former champion himself, the King, Jerry Lawler, will be in a little bit later on today. We'll also be looking at the Samoans, huge team. The team of the Great Samu and the Giant Coquina will be in a bit later on. Jimmy Jack Funk will be here, too. All in all, looks like a most interesting day.
I'll tell you one thing. We didn't slow down in terms of talent. We got a bunch of it today. You'll be meeting the Great Samu and the Giant Coquina. For the very first time, you'll be seeing them here in our Championship Wrestling television program. We'll be looking for them and everybody else right after we take time out for this. Okay, we're going to be in the ring here in just a moment. We'll be seeing the AWA Southern Tag Champions, gorgeous Gary Young and Max Payne, who happen to be coming out right now, as a matter of fact. Well, we're not meeting and greeting with any kind of great joy. Brother Ernest and his team out here.
Pleasure.
Just get it right up on the table front right now. I want to tell you, we received a lot of complaints and all about you making fun of religion.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Brother Russell. I have never said that I was a pastor. I have never said that I was an ordained minister. I have never said anything like that. I called you brother because we all are descendants of Adam and Eve, so we're all brothers and sisters. If you belong to the Kiwanis Club or the Lions Club, any civic organization, you refer to someone as brother.
Yeah.
Aren't you and I brothers?
Well, okay.
Now, what about it, Brother Russell?
Well, okay, I'll tell you what about it. You come out here and getting behind a pulpit to start doing
Now, wait a minute. There again, you're casting aspersion. That wasn't a pulpit. That was here from the television station. You mean to tell me if we go down here to have a press conference at the Holiday Inn or at any hotel in town, they're going to have a podium in front of us. Do you know the difference between podium and pulpit?
Yeah, I know. And, okay, I see it right here. What? Carrying a Bible around here and trying to...
Brother Russell, where does it say Bible? I say good book. Good book. Do you know what a good book is? But probably instead of a literary commentary, you could do an illiterate commentary.
Very funny. Yeah, okay, so what you're saying is that all you're doing is representing a cause, huh?
Brother Russell, I have a cause. I received a calling. I received a calling. A calling can come through on a telephone. It can come through anywhere. It can be, spiritual. It can be through a telegram. Anyway, I received a calling to clean up wrestling in the Mid-South area and what they're having to go through. In fact, I've even got somebody in mind for your job. You're one of them, just like them.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're one of them, just like them, the way I feel about it. And there's
as you can see by the belts on my boy's back, it certainly didn't take me long, did it? We've got power somewhere. I've got power somewhere. Somewhere.
You got the Southern Tag belts and the CWA Heavyweight Championship belts. Okay, Brother Ernest. If you don't mind, we're into the ring right here. We've got ourselves a match coming up.
It won't take long. Stand by, Brother Russell.
Okay, Davey.
All right, this is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit tag team match, introducing at a total weight of 435 pounds. Out of Dallas, Texas, Rodney Napper, and out of Arkansas, Alan Reynolds. Going against him at a total of 553 pounds from Houston, Texas, gorgeous Gary Young. And out of Salt Lake City, Utah, Max Payne, the Overlord. This is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, and Brother Ernest Angel is in the corner of Max Payne and Gary Young over here.
Yeah, he is. He's right about one thing. It didn't take these guys long to come up with some prize belts. Together, Young and Max Payne hold the AWA Southern Tag Championship belts. Max Payne, as we've already announced, is the CWA heavyweight title holder as he took that belt from the King. Alan Reynolds trying to fight his way back, but boy, oh boy, this guy is so big and tough. Look at this. Boom.
What do you think, Brother Russell? Do you see the power? Do you see the power that the boys have?
Well, I tell you, your cause of cleaning up wrestling is certainly not well represented by the team of big knee in the midsection on Alan Reynolds. It's not too well represented by Gary Young and Max Payne.
No, I think they looked up cleaning up in a different dictionary from the one most of us use.
Ooh. Dropping with a huge knee. Rodney Napper has not as yet made his appearance in there because they have really been showering Alan Reynolds. Head into the knee. The referee comes over. There's a head back into the turnbuckle, and that gives Napper a chance to make his first visit in there. And I'm not so certain I would want to be in there if I were having to face the prospect of catching Gary Young and Max Payne. Turned him over with a clothesline.
Sure did, boy. When he got him, he landed right on his head and the back of his neck. Big Max Payne. This guy's huge and powerful.
You know, and the thing that makes him so deadly dangerous, Dave, is the guy does have legitimately an amateur background. It's unbelievable. He was 3 times an All-American for the NCAA. Drops with a big elbow down there, and Rodney Napper has been mashed down on the mat as Big Max Payne again picks him up off the mat.
1, 2, 3.
Slams him down. Tag on gorgeous Gary Young. Payne just picks Young up like a feather and drops him down on top of it. As Rodney Napper is right there about to enter the twilight zone. Man, oh man, is he taking a beating in a very short period of time. Napper gets through, goes up with a drop kick and has, look at that, no effect again.
None.
He's firing away at the 300-pound plus Max Payne.
Have power. They have the power. There's no way.
Yeah, I wish you'd put the power for the kind of, look at that big splash on Napper. He is laying down flat, and the referee's saying, go ahead and make the pin. Starts the count again, 1, 2, and Gary Young hollering from the outside. Takes the tag from Max Payne. What is this? Oh, I see. Look what a buddy I am. I'm going to let you have the pin.
Okay, 3 minutes, 25 seconds the time on it. 3:25.
Okay, serious win by the team of gorgeous Gary Young and Max Payne, the big painkiller. As Napper and Alan Reynolds, try as they would, they were just flat not into the match. That's all there is to it, going against too much. Boy, these guys may be with us for a while.
Yeah,
Very
so.
thought, yeah. Hey, right now, Renegade Rampage trivia time. You know, every week, and let me get this clear in your mind in case this is the first time you've heard it, we're going to have the Renegade Rampage is a tournament that is going to be running over like an 18-week period. It will run into June. There will be individual single matches, points awarded for the win by pin, win by disqualification, draw, whatever. The guys accumulate points, and at the end of the time, there's going to be finals, and those who qualify will participate. The total overall money we're talking about is $250,000 over the period up through June. So everybody has got their eye on it, and certainly every time they go in one of those matches, they're thinking big time, boy, when you start talking about that kind of a payoff in there. In connection with that, we have weekly a Renegade Rampage trivia question. Now, all of the folks who were able to send in the correct answer to it, those answers are put into a hopper and a name is drawn out of it only from the correct answers, and that person wins the weekly prize, which is a very nice Renegade Rampage jacket, the Renegade Rampage t-shirts, and a set of 6 Renegade mugs that go with. That's the weekly prize. But more important, really, than the weekly prize, and those items are very, very nice, comes the qualification for the finals. And that means that the person who is the final victor out of the 18 weekly winners is going to receive a trip to the site of the finals for the Renegade Rampage. They will have the expense money. They will be having the hotel accommodations, tickets to the final matches, and $500 spending money. So,
right.
All right, that gets everybody's attention in there. We're going to give you the address in a little while, but you must be able to get it in, have the correct answer, and there will be a winner selected out of it. I want to announce the name of the winner. Last week, our trivia contest question had to do with the nicknames for Dave and myself. And the winner from all of the names that were correct in it, selected, was David Davidson. David Davidson, number 2 Ball Road, Memphis, Tennessee. And let's see, last week we had Louisville, didn't we? Had a lady from Louisville was the winner. Right, exactly. And David Davidson, Memphis, Tennessee, the winner for our contest from last week in there. The nicknames were Banana Nose and Howdy Doody, as coined by Sam Bass and Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah. So in case you're wondering what it is, that was the correct answer. Okay, let's take a look at the question for this particular week. We have our third question. During his career, Eddie Marlin had his greatest success with what tag partner? I don't want to hear it, so don't anybody say anything about it. During his career, Eddie Marlin had his greatest success with what tag partner? Okay, let's take a look now at the address. Renegade Rampage must be on trivia contest, must be on your envelope. Send it to WMC TV 5, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee 38104. You've got the address right there. The question was, what partner did Eddie have his greatest success with? Good luck to you. We'll be back in a moment. Back into the action here on Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Brother, I'm telling you what a night that is going to be. Another one of those super world-class cards coming into the Evansville Coliseum for Wednesday night. There will be a return of the AWA World Tag Title. The belts, of course, were held up last week between the Midnight Rockers and the Rock and Roll Express. It was everything and more than anybody expected out of a match like that, and coming right back again. And this one, with the belts held up, the Rockers won't go in there as champions, and that puts a little different picture on it. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels going against Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, with the AWA World titles at stake, and you can better believe that will be some kind of a scrap. That's not all the action. We're going to also have a grudge match with no time and no disqualification. That means throw the rule book completely out. Why not? That's the way they're battling and scrapping anyhow. Jeff Jarrett, Superstar, Bill Dundee, and they will be going at each other's throats and everywhere else. Big Max Payne is going to be there defending the CWA heavyweight title in Evansville against the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. A little later, with classic confrontations of 1988, and any year as a matter of fact, the Rock and Roll Summit, the meeting of two of the premier tag teams in the entire world, the Midnight Rockers, who held the AWA World Tag Champions, and the former NWA World Tag Champions champions, the Rock and Roll Express. That collision produced an unusual situation. Following the match, the belts were held up, and it has been ordered a rematch to establish who will be the AWA World Tag Champions. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, the Midnight Rockers will go into the ring, but this time not with the championship.
You know, I don't know exactly what's going on here. You know, the Rock and Roll Express, we've told everybody for a long time, we respect those guys more than anything, but you guys are a thing of the past. The Midnight Rockers are the future of professional wrestling, and we are the AWA World Tag Team Champions. I don't care what these two guys have done all over the world. The AWA belongs to the Midnight Rockers. There is no question in anybody's mind who the AWA World Tag Team Champions are. It's Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, not the Rock and Roll Express. You guys think you can come in here from wherever you've been and take what rightfully belongs to us? Well, that's not how it's going to be. The Midnight Rockers, like I said 1,000 times, are the future of professional wrestling, and the AWA World Tag titles are going to come back to us. And I'll tell you what, pal, I think you're the one. You never liked us anyway when we were here.
Listen,
I never liked us. Well, Lance Russell, you and all those people behind the Rock and Roll Express are going to be really upset when the Midnight Rockers prove that they are the premier tag team in the world of professional wrestling.
Well, that's from Shawn Michaels. Hey, you'll have to go in there without the belts. The belt has been held up. Let's take a look now at the very classy team of the Midnight Rockers in action. Summit was an appropriate name when the teams of the Rockers and the Rock and Roll Express got together. We want to call in Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton, and say the coming meeting in a return match now has the belts held up. They don't go in as the champions. You guys don't go in as the champions.
That's right, Lance, but you know it never fails to amaze me how the Midnight Rockers come out here and say the AWA belongs to them. But you see, the Rock and Roll Express has been down many, many, many hard roads. But every highway we took, brother, led us to the top. Check our track records, brother. It'll show you all about the Rock and Roll Express. And just like you found out, there's nothing that we could do to keep you from jumping on us. But there's a whole lot we could do to make you jump off, brother. So you let it recall, we are, and we're going to be, the brand new champions, the World Tag Team Champions, AWA that is. And the funny thing about it is, Midnight Rockers, there's not a thing that you're going to be able to do about it. Whoa!
That's what it's all about this week when those two get together. Can you believe it? Again, a return of the Summit. The Midnight Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express. Here they are, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson in action.
Dancing and the rhythm gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you want to go for a spin. The party's just begun, we'll let you in. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on shouting, you keep on shouting. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. You keep on saying you'll be mine for a while. You're looking fancy and I like your style. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You show us everything you got. Baby, baby, that's quite a lot. And you drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on shouting, you keep on shouting. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night.
It is not inappropriate to say the return of the Rock and Roll Summit. The Midnight Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express, meeting to determine who will be the brand new AWA World Tag Championship team. Boy, what a battle it's going to be. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. You make it a point to be there. Let's get back to our regular programming. It's going to be some. Okay, Davey, we're ready to go back to the ring, and the King is going to be right in there in action.
Opponent for the King stepping up onto the ring apron right now. Brother Ernest Angel is manager
See
over.
one thing there, Brother Lance. Apparently you're trying to get on my good side, or you're calling Brother Dave. It's catching, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful how it gets in your heart and moves?
Oh, boy, you just made my day miserable. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, me. This is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Introducing choir boy number 1. That's Tommy. He weighs in at 215, and the King, I think, can know 234 out of Memphis, Tennessee. This match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun's refereeing. Brother Ernest Angel is talking.
With no teeth, okay?
Oh. King says, hey, you better stay out of this, or we'll see how fancy you talk with no teeth in your mouth.
You know, the only danger about that, Dave, is if you get your attention right out here on Brother Ernest, there's somebody in the ring who can do something about loosening up a few teeth of yours. So Jerry's been around long enough, but this kind of a guy, I mean, he will make you sudden sick, this Brother Ernest, and Jerry is hot about him already, so he had to make some comments to him.
Yeah, needs to concentrate on Tommy, the choir boy number 1, who's in there as opponent. Jerry beals him across the ring. Oh, yeah, choir boy says, he pulled my tights, and the referee said, did you? Jerry says, no, he didn't.
What an honest man!
I don't know. The referee was being praised by Brother Ernest there.
What an honest man, he's saying. Oh! Lawler right back. Right hand, bang, and down on the ring apron into the floor. Go, what is this? Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, that's not even a book.
Yeah, we saw what's in the good book in there. Watch this guy. Choir boy number 1, Tommy, is referee checking Tommy over, but by that time he had already made the handoff to Brother Ernest, and it was back in the good book.
Back into the book, yeah. Yeah. You're right. Jerry is concentrating a lot on Ernest over to corner. Look out. Tommy using that right fist. Cross top of the head. Jerry Lawler down on one knee. Choir boy picks him up, pounds him down again. The King finds himself in trouble here. Referee moving the choir boy back for using the fist. Choir boy wades back into the action. Deep in the midsection. Forearm across the back. Lawler heading for the neutral corner. The strap comes down, and look out, choir boy. Lawler puts him into the ropes. Upper arm coming off of there. 2.5 minutes gone. Head into the top turnbuckle. And Tommy, the choir boy, finding himself in some difficulty. Ernest over in the corner saying, take it easy now. This is not the way we want this to go. Down on the floor, it's choir boy number 1. Brother Ernest there.
Brother Ernest hollering, stop it.
Oh, he wants him to stop the match. He
This
says,
man's hurt.
said he threw him over the top rope. He didn't. His own momentum carried him over the top rope. All right, that is not a stop match. That's a count out, and the King wins it.
Why don't you get up in here and take his place?
Oh, now Lawler inviting Brother Ernest up into the ring.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Match. Yeah, I will too, but I don't think he's going to go in there.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen
He didn't throw him over the top.
That's what I'm talking about, and clean it up in wrestling. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well, I'm glad to know what you're talking about. The King comes out victorious. The time again, David?
3 minutes, 5 seconds.
3:05. Jerry Lawler, the winner over the choir boy number 1. Timeout. We'll be back in a moment. First, a couple of words about some of the action around the territory. Thursday, February the 25th, Henryville, Indiana. Right there at the high school. You can save $1 on the advanced tickets by getting your ticket in advance on both of these towns. That's Thursday the 25th in Henryville, Indiana. The other is Sunday, February the 28th at Sadowski Fieldhouse at Fort Knox, Kentucky. 3 p.m. is the time on that one. Okay, here's the entire card for Wednesday night, and what a card it is. Terry Adonis goes against Scotty the Body. Gorgeous Gary Young will be facing Ken Wayne, the Nightmare. Then it'll be that Samoan team of Samu and Kokina. Boy, they are big. And who has to face them? The Blue Denim Bruise Brothers. Raging Bull Manny Fernandez goes after the CWA heavyweight title with Max Payne defending Brother Ernest in the corner. Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee in a no time, no disqualification. And with the belts held up, the Rockers going against the Rock and Roll Express for the World Tag. I'm going to take a look at the big Samoans as they come in. This is the first time that we've had a look at them. And who is with them? Don't tell me Brother Ernest is with.
Lance.
Yeah.
What can I say? I've got to tell you that my call over this wrestling network, the satellite network in which you have, has reached all over the earth. Has reached. I'm getting letters by the day. Wrestlers that want to join my cause, they say, Brother Ernest, we want to be part of you. We want to be with you. And as you can see, these boys from the island of Samoa, here they are. I sent after them. I sent the plane tickets over there. They're going to be under us, and the proof is going to be right here, Brother Lance, as always. As always.
I hear it from Brother Ernest, Dave. I think we're ready to go.
One fall, 10-minute time limit match, introducing at a total of 441 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, Ken Raper and his partner from Arkansas, Doug Dancing. And going against him at a total weight of 645 pounds from Samoa, the great Samu and the giant Kokina. Samu is starting for his team against Doug Dancing.
Well, we've heard about these guys. They've got quite a reputation. Man, oh man, oh man.
Goodness.
Look at that. Right off the bat, Doug Dancing picked up. He just turned him over just so easy. And Dancing, while he is not a huge guy, look at that for a big guy. A standing drop kick, and I mean held him and fired it on him. There's a tag on. Now, you talking big. Here is a huge one. That's why they call him the giant Coquina.
Boy. According to the information, Coquina weighs 360 pounds. If anything, I think that's light. This man is huge.
That's from the waist down, what they're talking, 360. Good.
Yeah, it looks to me closer to 450. I mean, it's almost amazing how wide he is. He is just incredibly big.
It's hard to appreciate how big the great Samu is when you see him next to this Coquina. Look at this. Man, oh man, oh man. And dancing, I mean, absolutely smatter all over that mat down there. Little spinning back kick puts Doug dancing. This is our first look at Doug, but I don't think it's a very favorable look, Dave.
No, he's
What about the pretty good boys from a little bitty Ohio, aren't they?
They're pretty big boys, that's for a fact, and they seem to know their way around the ring. Look at this. Double teaming.
oh my goodness.
Ken Raper hadn't even gotten close to being tagged over there, as Doug Dancing has just been absolutely overwhelmed by this team of the great Samu and the giant Coquina. Samu takes him out of there, pops him over and down, and tags back to his giant partner. Look at this. Oh, no.
Oh, that's got to be it.
Oh, boy, let's hope so. Man.
Oh, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. Wow. The Samoans get an incredibly impressive victory. Oh, now they're not finished. Come on, they've won the match. Then Raper thrown through the ropes. Now they're going back to work on Dancing as if they hadn't beaten him up enough. They kept him in there the entire match. Kenny Raper was never in officially in the match at all.
Hey, come on, get him.
Come on, Ernest, get him out of there. And they throw Dancing into the ropes, kick him on through down onto the floor.
We got him out of there.
Yeah, you got him out, all right.
We want your guys out of there is who we want out of there.
Get your guys back to the dressing room. That's what we're looking for, as the giant Coquina and great Samu come out with a victory over Dancing and Ken Raper. Raper never really was involved except, oh boy, what a classy little hand flip out of the ring in there. Okay, the victory going to Brother Ernest's new team. We'll take time out. We've got more action still to go right here on Championship Wrestling. Here with Jimmy Jack Funk and Ken Raper going at it. We've got a scheduled 6-man. I don't know how our time's going to run on that. But right now, coming out, Mr. Jeff Jarrett, who is going to be involved. Jeff, good to have you here, partner. I'm glad
to be here.
I'm glad you made. I know, driving over that ice and all that you drove.
We've had a storm here recently, haven't we?
Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what, it really hurt our crowd today, and I don't blame them for not getting out. Hey, you got one coming up with Bill Dundee. This is it. I mean, let's face it, 1-on-1.
That's exactly right, Lance. It's come down to this, and I knew one day it would do this. Let's take. I think he's sent an interview in. Let's listen.
Oh
to that.
yeah. We got one from Billy. Let's take a listen.
Man, I don't know what this world's coming to. Lance Russell says, I ain't going to interview Dundee. He tells Eddie Marlin if he's going to go crazy, don't let him in my studio. Well, you can take your studio, boy, and shove it where the sun didn't shine. Because what you did to me last week was wrong. You and Lawler both sat there and watched me throw that fair-haired boy over into the 5th row of them people sitting there, and then you both said I never did it. Then he comes back, drop kicks me, and over I go, and all of a sudden, Jeff Jarrett won the Battle Royal. No, he didn't, brother. Just like you never won the match for the ring, Lawler. And that's really what's back in the back of my crawdaddy, is you in that ring. Now, you, Russell, and everybody else around here has got a little conspiracy going to keep the superstar from getting you a ring. Because that's what it was, Lawler. When I beat him last week, it was you and me for that belt. And I was going to beat you for the belt, boy. Don't think I wasn't. I was going to beat you for that belt. Then I would have had my ring, and it would have been all over. You and me could have been tag team partners again, beat up the Midnight Rockers or anybody else you wanted to beat up. But no, you had to agree with Russell and say that Jeff Jarrett won it. And all them silly little teenage girls, they're going to say he won it. They're going to sit there with a little training bras on and think that they're women and that he's a man, and they're going to scream and holler and say, oh, Jeff, you're beautiful. Ha! Punk. You're a punk. That's what you are, Daddy. When I was running around the streets beating people up, you was crawling around on the round room floor. And all them preppy little girls that you grew up with thought you was cute. Well, brother, when you walk this aisle this week, Jack, there's going to be me standing at the other side of it. And I beat you all over the building last week, up into the bleachers and back down again. I was having fun, punk. Well, the fun's over. I got you into this wrestling business, and I'm going to take you out, Daddy. Oh, I got to admit this. I have really got to admit this. You was a little tougher than you was 2 years ago when I got you in. But not tough enough, sport. Well, I'm just going to tell you something, boy. All them little girls will better come and give you all the support they can give you. And they'll better be screaming and hollering when you're walking down the aisle, because they're going to count you back this week. And that's a promise from me to you, punk. And then, Lawler, you know what's next. I want my ring back, because you cheated me out of that.
Yeah, Dundee with that attitude of his, I don't have to tell you how tough he is.
That's right. I do know, Lance, and that is his side of the story. And, you know, Lance, he did say I've just been wrestling about 2 years, and I've had a lot of situations, and a lot of people talk about the different things that happened, but this particular one, it seems like more people are coming up and asking about it. They're asking about me and Bill, how long this been going on? Everybody said, how come you and Bill were never partners, or rode up and down the road together, or really, I guess, call it friends, but Bill Dundee has never liked me, and I guess I've really never cared for him, because it goes back a long way, back from day one. You know, I know that he's done a lot of things. He's been Lawler's partner. He's been Lawler's #1 enemy. He's been that way with a lot of people.
Yep.
And time and time again.
I've had my problems with him.
That's right. But this week I want to show you a little piece of film. I hadn't forgot this, but Dundee, you might have. I went by the production office and put together a little tape, and let's take a look at this one.
Okay, let's take a look at it right now. Now Landell and Dundee are showing what big men they are. Johnson thrown over the top rope. Hey, come on.
Landell is just attacking the referee.
That'll cost you. Jeff Jarrett refereeing this match, and Landell just slammed him. There goes Jameson out of the ring. Here comes Jerry Jarrett, Jeff's dad, and he nails Dundee. Nails Buddy Landell, and right back at Dundee. This is Jerry's son that was refereeing. Uh-oh, Landell got him from behind. And Dundee slams him with a right, puts him down on the deck. Come on, this thing's getting out of hand now. God, Dundee's going for his eyes, Dave. He's only got one good eye in there. Come on. It's got to bring back some bad memories.
That's right, Lance. That was 2 years ago, though, Dundee. And a lot of things have changed since then, and a lot of things have come and gone. You know, you've been back about, I guess, 8 or 9 months now. And I knew it'd come to this one day, and I know that you're a legend around this area, and I've grown up watching you. But it's 2 years. I'm not the same 18-year-old kid that you kicked around right in that very same ring. I'm not the 165-pound guy that you just wiped the mat with. It's 2 years gone by, and I know last week, I think it's a little indication of what's going to happen this week. Yeah, you know, you said that you put me in this business, and you're going to take me out. Well, I'm not backing down from you or anybody else. Now, I know you're tough and everything, but I think we're just going to find out how tough you are. I know you're tough, but I'm not backing down from anybody. Lance, when I believe something is right, I know he was wrong last week in this ring. In the ring.
You won the Battle Royal, no doubt about it.
That's right, and that's what I stand for, Bill Dundee, and I'll fight you or anybody else, brother, and we'll just see who the winner is this week.
Okay, good luck to you, Jeff. Appreciate you coming out. We're ready to get back in the ring right now. It's one of those situations that Dundee gets something like that in his craw, and partner, he just won't let go.
Won't let it go.
I mean, absolutely will not let it go. Ken Raper out here, and his opponent will be out here in a moment. He does not have a nifty, neat day's work in front of him, because Jimmy Jack Funk, the big guy from Amarillo, Texas, is exactly who he's going to be going against. We've got, as I said, a 6-man tag scheduled, and we'll have to see how our time goes, whether they're going to be able to get to it. Here comes Jimmy Jack. Dave?
It's going to be a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Ken Raper, 221 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, and 263 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, Jimmy Jack Funk. This match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, waiting to get things going.
Raper is not a little guy by any means, but
No.
Jimmy Jack is, as Dave said, 263, big. And watch that bell over there, boy. You don't want to get near that. Go time!
Jimmy Jack Funk, heavy favorite in the match. He's the one with the experience and the reputation, for that matter. Ken Raper. Off the rope, stakes, and down to the mat. Ken Raper has been involved in a couple of monumental upsets on championship wrestling, so Jimmy Jack Funk certainly can't overlook his wrestling ability.
You know, Dave, we talk about the experience, and we're not talking about just in terms of years, because some guys, whoa, man, he whirled and blasted Raper into that mat. And that is it. What we're talking about, 1, 2, 3, and absolutely buried him in that mat.
Boy, he got him. 42 seconds was the time on it. Did not take him long as Jimmy Jack Funk gets the victory and now leaves the ring.
Another sissy goes down.
Okay, Jimmy Jack.
A piece of Jimmy Jack Funk. I'm not a hard man to find.
We got to take our time out. We've got that 6th man. We want to have some time for it. Be back in a moment. Okay, back into the action here on Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Brother, I'm telling you what a night that is going to be. Another one of those super world-class cards coming into the Evansville Coliseum for Wednesday night. There will be a return of the AWA World Tag Title. The belts, of course, were held up last week between the Midnight Rockers and the Rock and Roll Express. It was everything and more than anybody expected out of a match like that, and coming right back again. And this one, with the belts held up, the Rockers won't go in there as champions, and that puts a little different picture on it. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels going against Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson with the AWA World titles at stake, and you can better believe that will be some kind of a scrap. That's not all the action. We're going to also have a grudge match with no time and no disqualification. That means throw the rule book completely out. Why not? That's the way they're battling and scrapping anyhow. Jeff Jarrett, superstar Bill Dundee, and they will be going at each other's throats and everywhere else. Big Max Payne is going to be there defending the CWA heavyweight title in Evansville against the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. A little later, we'll give you
Boss Winters.
Yeah. I see all of that hair you got there, Boss Winters.
Well, we got a 6-man tag team match coming up here. This one has the makings of a good one. We got the Blue Knights and Rough and Ready on one side at a total of 648. Across the way at a total of 653, we got Nightmare Ken Wayne out of Memphis, Jeff Jarrett out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, and out of Lexington, Kentucky, Billy Travis. A match to the expiration of time, 6-man tag team action. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. Boss Winters, by the way, over in the corner of Rough and Ready and the Blue Knights. Here we go. We don't have a whole lot of time, but we got a little bit. And Billy Travis starts against the Blue Knight. Blue Knight finds himself flying through the air. Billy Travis looks like he's ready to go here today. The Knight back on his feet, but Billy Travis is near the corner. Makes the tag on Nightmare Ken Wayne. Here you send him into the rope. There was a double team there. You're right, Boss Winters. And the Blue Knight was almost pinned. Not quite. 2 counts, all they got.
That's a good team of Travis Jarrett and Ken Wayne. They can all go. They've all got speed. Covered by Jeff Jarrett. Well, we're just glad to have the action that we have today with the weather conditions outside. It has severely hampered our crowd. Just a few folks and some of the Hardys were able to get out for our championship wrestling today, and we're glad to have those folks here.
We hope things are better for the rest of the winter and spring, and we have full house from now on, eh?
That's okay. Spring is around the corner.
That's
spring
right.
Just around the corner.
I'm with you. All right. Got the Blue Knight against Billy Travis. You know, you mentioned this team of Travis Jarrett and Ken Wayne. Very enthusiastic team. All of them, when they step into the ring, every one of them think they can win every time. With that attitude, you're going to win a lot of matches.
Tag on the Nightmare. Ruff hopped over and down by the Nightmare and gets only a 1 count out of him.
I don't think that's no Nightmare. It looks like a bad group to me.
Oh, is there a difference?
I don't know. I don't understand that either.
I don't either. Ruff has his left arm wrapped up. Jeff Jarrett goes with a top wrist lock, forces him down to the mat.
We've got about 1.5 minutes left in our time as that old clock moving right on to it. And what a scoop from Billy Travis. Drops down with a knee on Ruff, makes the cover 1, 2, and Ruff is out of it again. He's a wiry, lean, wiry son of a gun. Ruff and Reddy have picked up some weight since the first time we saw them, too.
They have picked up some weight, and they have wrestled such fine competition over the last few months that you can see some change in their style, too. Hey, he's pinned right here, looks like, down at 3. Yeah, Ken Wayne got him. Just as we were complimenting Ruff and Reddy, they find themselves with the shoulders on the mat here, and they're out of it. Billy Travis, Jeff Jarrett, Ken Wayne got a fine victory here. 2 minutes
flying out. Pardon me.
2 minutes, 53 seconds the time of it.
2:53, and flying off the ropes was Ken Wayne after the tag, and he ended up getting on Ruff the 1, 2, 3, and that makes it official. 6-man tag. We'll check our time, see if we have any left. Be back in a moment. The fact that we had terrible weather and kept our crowd down to a handful didn't diminish for a moment the action we had in there today, Dave.
Didn't hurt it a bit. Of course, we got started with huge Max Payne and his partner, gorgeous Gary Young, in here. They won their match. They defeated Roddy Napper and Alan Reynolds in about 3.5 minutes. Then we came back with a single match. The King, Jerry Lawler, against brother Ernest Angel's Choir Boy #1. Well, Choir Boy looked pretty good there for a while, but he got the King a bit upset. The King came right back at him and beat him, so it was Lawler getting the victory here. This huge team, the Samoans, the Great Samu and Giant Kokina. Kokina is, as we mentioned during the match, is listed at 360 pounds. That looks at about 100 pounds light to me. He is just incredibly big. And they did defeat the team of Doug Dancing and Ken Raper. Ken Raper never actually officially got in the match. First look at Doug Dancing, we almost owe him a letter of apology, I think, as he really worked over by the Samoans here today. Then Ken Raper came back as a single and going against Jimmy Jack Funk. Funk won the match. Didn't take him long either. 42 seconds was the time of it. And then a 6-man tag team match in which Ken Wayne, Jeff Jarrett, and Billy Travis looked mighty good as they were going against the Blue Knight and Ruff and Reddy with Boss Winters in their corner. Ken, Jeff, and Billy got the victory in fine style, and that wrapped up another fine day of championship wrestling.
No major upsets. Boy, I'll tell you one thing that I know that I'm looking forward to in this coming week. Lawler is going to be meeting Wildfire Tommy Ridge. That should be something.
Big one.